Imagine spending your whole life building a home. Every nail, every memory, every dollar, poured into a place that feels like yours. Now imagine one decision: signing your home over to a family member, quietly erasing everything you thought was secure. Suddenly, you're a guest in what used to be your own living room. Your voice, your choices, they don't carry the same weight anymore. It's heartbreaking, and yet, it's happening more than you think. Studies show 8 out of 10 seniors who gift their home to family later regret it. Not because they didn't love their children, not because they didn't want to make things easier, but because life changed in ways they never expected. Divorces happen, debts pile up, relationships shift, and what once felt like a generous, loving gesture becomes a source of heartbreak and helplessness. Take Helen, for example. She thought she was securing her future by putting her home in her daughter's name. At first, everything seemed fine. But 2 years later, a bitter divorce turned Helen's home into an asset on the chopping block. She lost control. She lost her safe place. And she realized something no one had warned her about. When you give away your home, you often give away your power, too. If you've ever considered gifting your home, or if someone's pressuring you to, please listen closely. This decision isn't just about paperwork. It's about your dignity, your independence, your future security. And there are safer, smarter ways to protect your loved ones without putting yourself at risk. You're watching Better Aging Advice, where we share real stories and proven strategies to help you age with more dignity, security, and peace of mind. If protecting your future matters to you, tap that subscribe button, because you deserve to stay in control of the life you've built, and we're here to help you do just that. Let's dive in. When seniors decide to gift their home to a loved one, it almost always comes from a place of deep love and good intentions. You worked hard, you sacrificed, you built something meaningful, and naturally, you want to make sure it passes to the people you care about most, without complications, court battles, or unnecessary costs. For many, the decision starts with wanting to avoid probate. You've probably heard the horror stories. Families tied up in endless legal battles, expensive attorney fees, and months, sometimes years, of waiting just to settle a simple estate. It's no wonder so many seniors think, if I just give them the house now, I can spare my family all that trouble. The thought is selfless. It's protective. It's rooted in love. Others want to simplify inheritance. Instead of leaving a detailed will or trust that could be misinterpreted or contested, they think, I'll make it simple. I'll just put it in my child's name now, and it will be theirs. No questions asked. It feels like the cleanest, clearest way to pass on your legacy. No confusion, no division, just a loving gift from one generation to the next. And for many, it's about protecting the family as a whole. Maybe you're worried about what will happen if you get sick, or if long-term care becomes necessary. Maybe you believe that transferring ownership now will shield your assets from being taken by nursing homes, creditors, or even the government. At its core, it's a desire to protect, not just your home, but your family's financial security and future stability. These are noble reasons. They come from a heart full of generosity and a lifetime of putting others first. But here's the hard truth. Good intentions alone aren't enough to protect you from unintended consequences. When you sign over your home, you lose more than just the paperwork. You lose legal control. You expose your home to risks you can't always see coming, like your child's divorce, financial problems, lawsuits, or even their untimely passing. Suddenly, your home, the one you lovingly built, is no longer truly yours. And even if your family loves you deeply, life has a way of throwing curveballs that good intentions alone can't always catch. It's not that gifting your home is always the wrong move. It's that doing it without fully understanding the risks could cost you the very peace of mind you're trying so hard to preserve. You deserve to protect your legacy and your independence. And there are smarter, safer ways to do it. Ways that honor your intentions without putting your future at risk. In the next part, we'll look at the hidden dangers most people never see coming, and how a simple act of love can sometimes turn into a painful loss. Stay with me. This could make all the difference for you and the people you love. When you sign your home over to someone else, there's a shift that happens, one that's easy to miss until it's too late. On paper, it might seem simple. Just change the name on the deed, and you've helped your family. But in reality, you've also given up something far more valuable: control. Once your home is no longer in your name, it's no longer legally yours. You can't sell it if you need to. You can't borrow against it if an emergency arises. You can't even guarantee you'll always be allowed to live there. You've essentially placed your security and stability into someone else's hands, hoping they'll always be able and willing to protect it. But life has a way of testing even the strongest families. Arguments happen, priorities change, and sometimes the person you trusted most faces pressures you couldn't have predicted. Family disputes over property are heartbreakingly common, and they're rarely about greed alone. Sometimes new spouses, in-laws, or financial stress cause rifts. What started as a gift of love can become a battleground, one where you feel like an outsider in the life you built. Then there are the hidden financial risks. If your child divorces, your home could suddenly be divided as part of a messy settlement. If your child gets sued or faces bankruptcy, creditors can come after what they now legally own, including the house you live in. You might think, that would never happen to my family. And I hope you're right. But sadly, these things don't just happen to strangers. They happen to good families every single day. And here's something even fewer people talk about: Medicaid penalties. If you ever need help paying for long-term care, Medicaid has a strict 5-year look-back rule. That means if you gifted your home within the last 5 years, you could be penalized, forced to wait months or even years before getting benefits. You might have given your home to protect it, but it could end up costing you the care you need most. Let's go back to Helen's story. When she signed her house over to her daughter, she felt a wave of relief. Now my future is safe, she thought. But 2 years later, her daughter's marriage fell apart. Suddenly, the home was part of the divorce proceedings. Helen was treated not as the owner, but as just another tenant. And when the dust settled, she found herself evicted from the very home she had lived in for 42 years. No warning, no legal right to fight it. Just a heartbreaking lesson in how quickly good intentions can unravel. I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing it because knowledge is power. Because you deserve to make decisions with your eyes wide open, not blinded by half-truths or wishful thinking. No one talks enough about the emotional side of giving away your home. It's not just a financial decision. It's deeply personal. It's about trust, love, legacy, and the need to feel safe in the life you've worked so hard to build. When things go wrong, and even sometimes when they don't, you can be left with feelings you never expected. Feelings of betrayal, loneliness, even anger. You might start asking yourself, how did it come to this? You gave your home out of love, out of hope that it would bring security and simplicity. But when the dynamic shifts, when your opinions suddenly matter less, when you feel like a burden instead of the heart of the home, it cuts deep. It's not about the walls or the roof. It's about your sense of belonging, your place in the world. And it can strain even the strongest relationships, not just with your children, but with their spouses, their partners, even their friends. People you once laughed with, celebrated with, suddenly treating you like a visitor. Or worse, like an inconvenience. And sometimes, the worst part is that no one even realizes it's happening. You're left feeling invisible and heartbroken, all while pretending everything is fine. The loss of independence can be devastating. Not being able to make decisions about your own living space. Not feeling heard about things that directly impact your daily life. It chips away at your self-respect, little by little. You start second-guessing yourself. You stop asking for things you need because you don't want to be a problem. And let's be clear, you are not the problem. You are someone who spent a lifetime building, loving, and giving. You deserve to feel respected. You deserve to feel secure. You deserve to remain the author of your own story. If you're feeling conflicted, please know you're not alone. These emotions are real, valid, and deeply human. Wanting to protect your family is beautiful, but protecting your own heart, your own dignity, that matters just as much. Coming up next, we'll talk about smarter ways you can protect both your loved ones and yourself, so you never have to choose between generosity and your own peace of mind. Stay with me. Your future is worth it. When it comes to protecting your home and your legacy while still looking out for your family, there are several strategies that offer both security and flexibility. Let's dive deeper into these options so you can make the right choice for your specific situation. 1. Revocable living trusts. Keep control, pass it on smoothly. A revocable living trust is one of the most powerful tools available for seniors who want to protect their assets while retaining full control over them. It's a legal arrangement where you transfer ownership of your home and other assets to a trust. But here's the key. You remain in control as the trustee. What makes this option stand out? You maintain control. With a revocable living trust, you continue to live in your home, manage it, and make all decisions about it. You can sell it, refinance it, or even take it out of the trust entirely if your situation changes. It's flexible. Avoid probate. Upon your passing, your home and other assets in the trust won't go through the lengthy, expensive process of probate. Your heirs won't need to wait months or deal with court fees. Instead, the property simply transfers to the beneficiaries you've named, privately and efficiently. No loss of ownership. Unlike gifting the home, you don't lose legal ownership. If you need to access funds or make changes in your later years, you still have full access to your home and your assets. That means you're not forced to rely on others for your security. It can be updated anytime. The beauty of a revocable living trust is its flexibility. If your circumstances change, whether that's due to a new family dynamic or health issues, you can amend the trust without the need for complex legal processes. However, creating and managing a revocable living trust does require the expertise of an attorney. You'll need to have your home legally transferred to the trust, and this involves some paperwork and careful drafting to ensure that the trust is set up correctly. The initial cost of setting up a trust might be higher than a simple will, but the long-term benefits, especially in terms of avoiding probate and maintaining control, make it a worthwhile investment. 2. Life estate deeds. Retain rights to live in your home for life. A life estate deed offers another way to transfer your home to a loved one without giving up the right to live in it. Essentially, this option allows you to retain a life estate in the property, meaning you keep the right to live there for the rest of your life, but the ownership will transfer to a designated beneficiary after you pass. Here's how a life estate deed works. You retain the right to live in your home. With a life estate, you can continue living in your home, maintaining the right to make decisions regarding it. You are still responsible for taxes, insurance, and upkeep. You aren't losing control in the present. You're just securing the future. Automatic transfer of ownership after your passing. Upon your death, the home passes directly to the designated beneficiary without going through probate. This means that your loved ones avoid the hassle and expense of dealing with your estate in court. The process is straightforward and private. Protection from creditors. One major benefit of a life estate deed is that it can protect your home from being taken by creditors. Since the home is no longer considered part of your estate for debt purposes, it may be shielded from financial claims. No need for probate. Like the revocable living trust, a life estate deed ensures that your home doesn't need to go through probate. This saves your family time and money, and it ensures that they don't experience the lengthy, stressful process that can sometimes divide families. However, there are some important considerations. Limited flexibility. Once the life estate deed is signed, it's difficult to reverse without the cooperation of the beneficiary. If you decide you want to sell the home or change the beneficiary, it can be tricky. You would need the beneficiary's agreement to make any major changes. No tax breaks. You might not be able to claim certain tax benefits if you gift the home this way. For example, property taxes might be reassessed based on the new owner's value. Additionally, if you need long-term care, a life estate deed doesn't necessarily protect your home from Medicaid's 5-year look-back period. 3. Consult an elder law attorney. Protect your peace of mind. While revocable living trusts and life estate deeds are excellent options for many people, it's critical to have expert legal guidance to ensure that everything is done correctly. Elder law attorneys specialize in the unique challenges that older adults face when it comes to estate planning, long-term care, and asset protection. Here's why consulting an elder law attorney is essential. Tailored guidance for your needs. A qualified elder law attorney will take the time to understand your unique situation and your goals. Whether you're concerned about protecting your assets from Medicaid, want a plan for long-term care, or are trying to create a seamless transition for your family, they'll help you develop a strategy that works for you. Avoid mistakes with DIY legal documents. There are plenty of DIY estate planning kits and online services, but when it comes to something as important as your home and legacy, it's not worth the risk. Small errors in paperwork or misunderstood legal terms can cause headaches and lost time. An attorney will ensure everything is legally sound and customized to fit your needs. Medicaid planning. Medicaid eligibility can be complicated, especially if you've already given away assets. An elder law attorney can help you understand Medicaid's 5-year look-back rule and how to plan for the future without jeopardizing your eligibility. They'll also help you avoid penalties and ensure that your healthcare needs are covered when the time comes. Peace of mind. The right attorney can give you the peace of mind that comes with knowing you've made the best decision for your future and your family. They can help you navigate complex decisions, from trusts and life estates to healthcare powers of attorney and beyond. While hiring an elder law attorney comes with a cost, it's an investment in your peace of mind and long-term security. The legal and financial risks of making estate planning decisions on your own, without the right advice, can far outweigh the expense of professional guidance. You've worked your entire life to build a home and create a secure, loving environment for your family. Protecting that home and your future isn't just about protecting property. It's about preserving your dignity, independence, and peace of mind. By exploring options like revocable living trusts and life estate deeds, you can ensure that your home is passed on to your loved ones without risking your own security. And by consulting with an elder law attorney, you'll have the expert support you need to make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. It's not just about protecting your house. It's about protecting your future. And with the right planning, you can pass on your legacy without losing control of the life you've built. In our final section, we'll pull all this together, and I'll share one simple question you should ask yourself before making any decision about your home. It could be the question that saves your future. Stay with me, you're almost there. Before you make any final decision about gifting your home, it's essential to slow down and ask yourself a few important questions. These aren't just legal or financial questions. They're deeply personal, and they could shape the rest of your life. Let's walk through them together. First, will this decision protect my independence? Your home isn't just a piece of property. It's your shelter, your history, your freedom. Before handing it over, ask yourself honestly, if I no longer legally own this home, will I still feel secure? Will I still be able to make my own decisions about where and how I live? Sometimes, even with the best of intentions, giving up ownership can leave you vulnerable, dependent on someone else's permission to live the life you want. Your independence is priceless. Guard it carefully. Second, what could happen if my child divorces, passes away, or faces debt? We all hope for the best, but life is unpredictable. If your child divorces, your home could suddenly become part of a messy legal battle. If they face a lawsuit or bankruptcy, creditors could come after the house you live in. If they pass away unexpectedly, their spouse or heirs, not you, could inherit control. These are hard scenarios to think about, but they're realities many seniors have painfully discovered too late. Protecting your home means protecting it from every possibility, not just the ones we hope for. Third, have I spoken to a professional, not just family? It's natural to want to trust our loved ones, but when it comes to legal and financial matters, trust isn't enough. Your family may have the best intentions, but they aren't legal experts. They might not fully understand the risks or the irreversible consequences of gifting property. That's why it's so important to sit down with an experienced elder law attorney or estate planning professional. Someone who can look at the whole picture, your rights, your security, your long-term care needs, and your family dynamics. Someone who will put your protection first, not just today, but for the years ahead. These 3 questions are your guardrails. They slow you down, help you think clearly, and protect you from making a decision in a moment of emotion or pressure that you might regret later. Because once you give your home away, it's incredibly hard, sometimes impossible, to get it back. You deserve to make this decision thoughtfully, wisely, and with your future firmly in mind. Your love for your family is clear, but love should never cost you your peace, your dignity, or your independence. Take your time. Ask the hard questions. Get the right advice. Your future self will thank you. You've spent a lifetime building more than just walls and a roof. You built memories, safety, and a sense of belonging. That deserves to be protected. Before you sign anything away, Take a breath. Ask the hard questions. Speak to the right people. Your home isn't just a gift. It's a cornerstone of your freedom, your dignity, and your peace of mind. Have you ever thought about gifting your home? Or do you know someone who has lived through the consequences? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could be the lifeline someone else needs. And if this helped you think more clearly about your future, tap like and subscribe. Because here, at Better Aging Advice, protecting your tomorrow starts with the choices you make today.